This is the Dick and Conversation podcast. I'm Elissa. If this is your first time seeing me or hearing me, you're probably listening to me on Amazon, iHeart, Pandora, Spotify, or you're watching me on YouTube, or you're watching me on Spotify. Um, if my socials are Dick and Conversation Podcast Facebook page, my YouTube channel is Dick and Conversation Podcast. My Instagram is Dick and Conversation _podcast. My TikTok. I'm on TikTok now. My TikTok is Dick and Conversation Podcast. And you can also see me on threads as Dick and Conversation _podcast. I'm also on Blue Sky as Dick and Convo dot bsky.social. And I can always be contacted via email at dickandconvo@gmail.com. So I have a guest, as you can probably see on the screen, but if you can't, you'll hear her voice very shortly. I just let her know. What I did was I took her profile from Facebook and I put it into AI. And I asked AI to write her an introduction that describes her, and I think it captured it perfectly. And what it says is today's guest is Rell. Rell is a creative and driven individual known for bringing authenticity, insight, and purpose into everything she does. Rail has a strong presence both personally and professionally, and her journey reflects growth, resilience, and commitment to make an impact. Amen. I'm excited to dive into Rail's story, explore her experiences, and hear the perspectives that continue to inspire people in her community. Welcome, Big Rail. Hey, Rail.
Hey,
Hey. How did the AI do?
awesome. I don't know if I could have did better.
It did better. I was like, no, it did better than what I expected. I
Yeah.
thought it was gonna be like, oh, she does this. I thought it was going to list what you did, not how you
Yeah.
are and your impact and your influence. So let me give the little introduction. I met you through Kevin Marshall when he attempted to do the Women of Purpose podcast episode, but we just kept having all these technical difficulties. But like I said, we overlooked the circuit that I also wanted to make sure that I had you on as a guest of the Dick and Conversation podcast. And the name comes from me starting over after my divorce, where I didn't have anything and I didn't even have a bed, but I started over, started dating again, and realized when those relationships did not work for whatever reason, I didn't take a loss like I did in my divorce. The only thing I really lost was Dick and Conversation. So this podcast is to empower women, educate men, to never put yourself in a situation where if the person you loves or depend on leaves you, you have no place to lay your head, because that is not something for a woman. No woman should ever be that dependent on anybody. And I put that on there. You responded this week.
Yeah.
Rail, you say you've been there.
Been there. Been there. Yeah. You know how you think it's gonna go
And,
there? Like we were
eh,
engaged, everything was good. And then, things begin to unravel. And it was just like my whole life was poured into this situation. You know what I'm saying? So when it ended, it's like, yes, so where are you going? I'm like, good question. Where am I going? Like, I don't have a job. I'm like housewife type thing. The car you bought it. Yeah,
yes.
like the car you bought it. This is your
Yeah.
crib. Your finances. OMG. So yeah, I have to go back home with my tail tucked between my legs. But it built the most independent woman you will ever meet, honey. I wouldn't care if Jesus was on the main line. I am going to keep a bag. I am going to keep a roof. I'm going to keep four wheels. And I'm going to keep a coin or two, okay? No, ma'am. I will never depend on anyone to feed me because you have the power to starve me if I do. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
No, I ain't going. Never.
Come on, Rail. Come on. Come on with that. Right. If you can feed me, you can starve me.
Yeah, if you give a person the power to feed
I
you,
know.
they have the power to starve you. So I just always make sure my plate got a little something on it, even if it ain't full. It got a portion on there that's fulfilling for me and my children.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Is the did is going through that experience, did that drive you to become the activist that you are, or were you already this type of activist soul and that was just you from the beginning?
No, that was in me since a little girl. I grew up in that type of family and life. This is what we were doing growing up. Like when I grew up, my auntie had a church and she was a pastor, but her church was more of an outreach
I heard you
center.
mention her.
Yes, I will
I
always
heard you
give. I
mention
will always
Pastor
give
Boucher.
homage to the people who's paved the way. Like so many people like to say, "Oh, I made it here by myself." I was influenced by a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm still influenced by people, and what they do. Be it younger people. There's people younger than me that influence me. But yeah, I was kind of like I was born into this lifestyle. My grandmother was the mother of the church. She was the cake lady. She was the mother of the church. So, I grew up in that age where we had revivals all the time. We had lay services. We were, there, but we always gave back to the community. Like the members in the church never went hungry because back then the pastors and the churches really cared. We don't have that today. And I know I'm going to make some saints upset, but, I'm cool with the uncomfortable conversation. But back then they
Mhm.
really helped the church. They helped with bills. They helped with getting the kids clothes. They help you keep your kids out of CPS or going through those things. And my auntie, her
Right.
church was one of those. Right now, she's still the only food pantry on the east side of Saginaw. You get what I'm saying? So,
Really?
yeah, there's no, if there is, correct me, I don't know about any, but on the east side of Saginaw,
Right.
Refuge Center has the food pantry. And it's still open today. We
Mhm.
reopened it after she passed. However, this was always in me to be activist. Like I remember going in the streets with her when she was, when they had violent crimes back then, they were marching and protesting and, having these services and stuff. So
Mhm.
it's just
I
been in me since I was a little girl. And I don't know, it's like I pick back up because how you kind of lose your way with church and stuff. Church hurt. I grew up in church, so I know the backside of it. You get what I'm saying? So we got
I under
that.
church out. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah, yeah.
that's a show. That's another show. But yeah, I'm
Rail?
you.
I'm a
I,
PK. I'm a
so
PK.
we relate.
And
We
like you, I
relate.
was in church since I was 5. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah. I've been everything. I've held every position in church except the pastor and the deacon.
and see, I was
Yes.
a youth minister, so
I
you get
understand.
what I'm saying. I know that. I know
Mhm.
how it goes. So when people get to talking, and I'm like, look, I know church. I know the ins and outs of it. You feel me? But um, it's a lot come with that. It's a lot come with that. It's not what the saints see behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? It's a different lifestyle behind there. We get the backside of it, being PK kids and just being in their life. The back end is not as pretty and it's
Behind
not
the
as holy, But like I said, we're not gonna take it there. But anywho, I did inherit this type of life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like I said, I lost my way with the church, but I also knew it was always in me to give back. You know what I'm saying? And then just getting into the streets and the street lifestyle, even learning from the OGs on that level. They always say you can't hustle in the streets
curtain.
and not get nothing back. That's your karma if you don't. You know what I'm saying? So living a whole different lifestyle from being a PK kid, there was rules out there in the streets as well. So I just took the rules and I just took what I learned from the streets and what I learned growing up in the church and in a household that I grew up in. And it just always been there. Like no matter what I did, I always tried to give back. For as much harm as I may have caused, I tried to do as much good. And it just became a lifestyle of just always doing good and never causing harm anymore. And that's just how Big Rell evolved into her own person. And I took giving back and nonprofit to my own level, not the level of which it started. I do
Mhm.
things my way. You know what I'm saying? Because I want people to actually feel the love. I don't want you to feel like this is charity.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I do, I touch the people. Like I don't have a problem getting down here with the dirty people or anything, whatever you want to call them, low lives, whatever they may be labeled. I'm cool with going in the hood, chilling with them, eating hot dogs. You feel me? Bringing bounce houses and letting the kids have fun.
Right.
I'm all right wiping the kids' nose, tying their
Right.
shoestrings. You know what I'm saying? Like because they're less
That's right.
fortunate don't mean they're
That's true.
forgotten. You know what I'm saying? I come from
That's right.
Saginaw.
That's
If it wasn't for me coming from that, seeing that, no, I didn't live like that. I was fortunate enough to have a blessed life, but it could have been me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't grow up on struggle, but when I became a
easily.
mother, I found out about struggle, and it was ugly. It was ugly, and I'm like, ooh, God, you know what I'm saying? And it still wasn't as bad. So, because my kids will tell me sometimes things they remember, which was joyous to them. And I'm thinking, they don't remember we was homeless during that time. But
They
that just
don't
lets me
know.
know that even though it was raining, they weren't getting wet. And so that gave me a little pleasure as a mom.
Yeah.
Like, you had fun during that time? I was just doing whatever so your mind wouldn't be on it. They don't remember we ain't had nothing during that time, but you went to the park. We had a date. We had ice cream. Not knowing mom is breaking down when y'all lay down at night. I'm in the, I'm somewhere in the bathroom crying because I'm like, Lord, what am I going to do? But to know that my children have good times in the worst moments lets me know you didn't get wet from my storm. And so that's, yeah.
Right. I can relate. My kids will talk about I remember this week so specifically where we lived off of Speedy Rewards points. And they don't know I ain't had no money. I was too prideful to ask my parents for money. So they looked at, okay, come on, y'all. We going to the Speedway. They thinking like, okay, we going to get
Right.
snacks. We having snack dinners. They don't know. Like, we was living off Speedy Rewards points from Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
Speedway helped take care of me and my kids until I can get that next paycheck
Listen,
to help,
baby.
get some
If
food
it
and
weren't
stuff.
for some of
Yes.
these loans and things and little things they had to get you them tools and fuse, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
So, as a follow-up question, because churches aren't as involved in community outreach as they were, because that was a resource at one point. What resource or resources have you found or discovered or created that is kind of has become the substitute for supporting the community where the churches have fallen off?
So, honestly, branching out into other like townships and things like that, because when it came to our pantry, like my auntie passed away, and then my uncle, so both of the matriarchs of the church and stuff passed away. But before she left, she always said, Sherelle, don't let the vision die. Like, it's in you. And at the time, I was going through a dark space. I'm just, whatever. You know, God got a funny way of telling you, like, yeah, whatever. If you ever want to make them laugh, tell them your plans.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just like, well, if
Yes,
he
let
want me
them
to do
not
this,
in.
I'll do it. A few years later, Big Rell out here in the
Mhm.
community. So I actually linked up with people in St. Charles. It's networking is how a lot of resources have been coming in because the church is not available. Um, and
Mhm.
unfortunate, we do have to network outside of our city, and it shouldn't be that way. I'm gonna just say that it should not be where we network
I
outside.
agree.
If we're in this community and we're living in this community, thriving in this community, paying taxes or whatever in this community, we should be able to go to this very community. You get what I'm saying? But the fact of the matter is,
Right.
there are things in the community. I'm not gonna say it's not, but a lot of it has been we've been
Mhm.
creating our own resources. A lot of our kind
Mhm.
have start branching out, maybe going to get educated or maybe getting different things to be able to give. Like they have some people who can help with shared housing. We have a lot of those have opened up, where there's affordable living for someone who can't get a whole house, but you can pay 300 a month, and
Mhm.
still have you that space. um we have different
Mhm.
people who are nonprofits who are getting different funding where they're able to, do this and that. Like Coach Punchy from Bridgeport, he has a little safe haven for the young men out there who, just trying to get them off the streets, and
Mm.
he's not even getting this big funding.
Right.
So that's what makes me question, what are y'all going to do with this
Right.
big funding some of y'all groups are getting? Like, see, I like to call you out, you know what I'm saying? Because we've talked so much and we got little people doing big things, but we got these big people with these big
Mhm.
groups and helping, and y'all got the titles of help. We got to see the help. I ain't here to
Right.
shoot shots. I'm just here to tell the truth. When we say community activism, I'm really with
Mhm.
that. So if it means
Mhm.
having,
Do you think that there's
go ahead.
I'm sorry, go
No, you
ahead.
go ahead.
Do you think that the outreach or the build up or the consistency, do you think it's a lack, you think it's ignorance or laziness? Is it that they don't know how to get supplemental resources, or they do know and they just not putting the leg work in?
They know. I mean, it depends on who we talking about
Okay.
when we say they.
Okay. Oh, it's a
Yeah.
variation. Okay.
So
Okay.
when it comes to the
It's different people.
community, it's a lack of them not knowing because, like I said, it's not privy. That's why with
Okay.
989 Day, I want a lot of resources because People will come to
I
an
was gonna
event.
get to that,
Yeah,
yeah.
people will come to an event. But when you come to this event, they're coming, oh, they got entertainment, woo, woo, woo. Boom, there's a resource table. Now you know about this shared living. Now you know
Mhm,
about autism care. Now you know
mhm,
about this person who sells or do braids. And now you know about this person who might do mental health. Now you know about Black therapists. You get what I'm saying? That's why it's very important that every event I
mhm,
have, there's a resource table. Because people may come to this, but they're not
mhm,
privy to know about this. A lot of people don't even know a lot of places you can get to if you just call your Medicaid insurance and you got free ride. They need to know that. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
People got a little
Yeah,
ruffle feathers when I
yeah.
spoke about 501c3s. I'm not exposing anyone. I'm giving
Mhm.
truth to what people need to know. There are people who want to get into this. There are people
Explanation.
who are stepping into this and finding out something different. And I was like, oh my God, why are we not telling these people? A lot of things start in the church, and the church is lacking. Our leaders are lacking. Like, we gonna call a spade a spade.
Mhm,
Our leaders are, and I'm
mhm,
about to go in front of the city council. And I'm hoping that they
mhm,
understand, but at the same time, we can do better. I'm not here to shoot a shot at the mayor, the
mhm,
city council, or anything, but we as a people can do better. And we as a people don't always mean this color
mhm,
skin, because y'all ain't always sitting next to the people with this color skin. But guess
mhm.
what? We are
That's
influential
true.
people. Influence your comrades. You
Mhm.
know what we need. Don't
Right.
join forces. I'm okay with being outside the box. I'm okay with being the one that stands out. I'm okay with being the rebel. I stand for a cause. And if it upsets you, it just upsets you. It should have upset you when you looked and seen that the power that you own, people are taking that from you. It should upset you when you see that the people that you are kin to are lower because of what system or what, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people, I was out in the street, they're like, you really going to do this for 989 days? Yeah, like, what's the fear in it? I'm not going to ask them to give me thousands of dollars so I can go to the Bahamas. I'm not going to try to do a
Right.
get rich quick scheme. This is nonprofit. You gotta understand, when they paying these vendor fees.
And I learned that from somebody that the worst that someone could tell you when, especially when you're doing community outreach or searching for additional support in the community, the worst they could tell you is no, and you haven't lost anything when they say
And
no.
guess what?
So you
A
what?
no is, to me, a no is just a delay. A delay is not a denial. I'm not gonna stop because you told me no. You know how many times they told Big Rell
I
no?
said, "I'll see you later. I'll be back.
Oh, I'll be
I'll be
right back.
back."
Just give me a minute. Let me go see. But see, the thing is, being in the community and being out here, you listen and you learn. You first got to be teachable, though. If you're not teachable, you're not gonna know nothing. I know people look at me on
You're not willing
Facebook
to
like,
learn.
Sherelle is the old Sherelle, you this, that, and the other. But behind that, I'm really a passionate person. I stand for what I believe in. I'm a very respectful person, but I say what I mean and I mean what I say.
Mhm.
My cause is my cause. I eat,
Right.
sleep, breathe the community. I could say all day, I can't stand Saginaw. No, I don't want to live there. But you better not play with Saginaw when it come to me. I'm coming. I lived in Alabama. I still came back to Saginaw. I live in Detroit and I be in Saginaw
Mhm.
so much you think I got a residence there, but I do not.
I was there last
You
night.
get what I'm saying? Like, I'm
Home
always
is
there
home. Home is
because
home. It's
the
still
thing
home.
is,
Yeah, it's still home.
you have to always give due to where you come from. You know what I'm saying? Saginaw made
It's home.
us. I mean, I don't know what
It
I would
made you.
be
Yep.
had I lived somewhere else. I can't say that. I'm from Saginaw, so I
Mhm,
know what I am now.
mhm,
I know I've been able to go around the world, live in
mhm.
different states, and survive and couldn't be messed with. Today, people still be like, how did you make it? Girl, cause just a little girl from Saginaw from the east side. We was built with endurance. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
I scraped my knee growing up. You
mhm,
feel me?
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? I had lard put on my face in the
mhm.
winter time.
I
I
hear you.
walked in 12 feet of snow. These
And go to
kids ain't
church.
walked. We walked in snow. Who caught a bus? What bus? I went to Longfellow. It was up the block. We
Right.
walking. Get
I
your
went to
snow
Heaven
boots
Ridge.
on.
You walked.
Yeah, get your snow boots on. Put your Vaseline. We ready. We walked it.
Toed up.
What you mean? No school and it's 0 degrees. We at Man, we was built for it tough. You better go. What? These kids don't know nothing. So
Now, here's the question. Now, after what you just told me, how do you relax? What does your relax and step away and release and downtime, what does that look like for real?
when I actually do it, It looks like,
Oh, yeah.
because I don't do it often, and I'm learning though.
I know.
And the people around me have been teaching me. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm teachable. So what it looks like now when I actually do know it's time to step back, it's shutting off the
Mhm,
world, you know? No
mhm,
phone, no social media.
mhm.
The kids, get them prepared for them to fend for themselves. It's okay for them to fend for themselves. I don't have little babies, so I don't have the mom guilt of, oh, I gotta. No, y'all got this. You feel
Ooh,
me? Y'all got it. Y'all gonna
that
have to
mommy
have
guilt
it.
is
Yeah,
strong.
that mom
Yes,
guilt was strong, and I let it eat
yes,
me up
mommy
for
guilt
so
is bad.
long. Now, hey, baby, if
Me
you
too.
got to eat a bologna sandwich all day, you'll be fine. You're not gonna die. You've had something.
You
You
won't
cool.
die.
It's some water down there. You know what I'm saying? If it's an orange or something, eat it.
You
Just for
you
these
okay?
for these 24 hours or 48 or whatever I need here, because I got to get ready here first. And sometimes it's not that my body
Yes,
needs to relax, my mental needs. Like with this stuff going on, my father, him passing, and
yes.
my mom, right? Like I literally had to just shut down. Like, hey y'all, I gotta go home and get a mental break. I can't take, like, I couldn't go anymore. When I say I was overly exhausted, and my team did as much as they could, but it still helped with nothing here. Like I was overloaded. Because even in the midst of them trying to be there for me, I'm still trying to be there for them. And they're like, Rel, I'm good. Rel, just you. I don't know how to just be me. I only know how to just always make sure everybody, because I'm so used to running the ship. You know what I'm saying? When you so used to being the HENIC,
Oh, I
you
know.
don't know how to take that step back. It's hard to let people help you. Like I had to
I know.
learn vulnerability. I didn't know how to be vulnerable enough to allow you to come into the space to help me. Like with this going on, my partners and them have stepped in so cold. Like, real, it's okay for us to take care. It's okay not to be okay. You know that, right? It's okay. Let me go feed you. You know what I'm saying? Let me go do this. Let me go do that. Hey, real, you okay? Hey, let's just take that ride. And I appreciate them. I really shout out to my team because I'm so used to being the strong one and there for everyone. My team had to build a backbone for me during this process. I'm not gonna lie, it's been heavy.
Yeah,
It's been heavy. So, I let the tears fall because that's a good release for me. It's not a weak moment at all.
it
You
is.
get what I'm saying? But I
Not at all.
appreciate them being in that space, and I'm glad that I'm growing into the space to allow that. Because when you were so used to it, it's foreign language. It's like, oh my God, what are you doing? Like, why are you wanting to help me? What are you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm learning to love people and accept people without fear. That's what I'm also going through in my healing. Learning to love you and accept you without fear, because everyone is not the cause of my pain. But when you wear pain as a second skin, you're just expecting those people to do that because the people before you, those who loved you so much, they did
They
that.
did it.
So what makes you
They did
different?
it.
I'm
Yeah,
just waiting on your moment to give me that pain. I'm learning not to process it
yeah.
that way and to give everybody a chance. But I'm also learning that I don't I don't love you for who I think you can be. I love you for what you show me now. See, I've always seen the expectation
Right.
and the potential. I no longer see potential in people. I see exactly what you show me. And so that's allowed me to be able to
Right.
move into spaces I needed to move in healthy. Like, okay, this ain't cool. Let me just
Mhm.
break away from you. And I learned in that
Yeah.
process, you lose a lot of people, but you're not losing valuable people because they're not good for your health or your mental health. And so anything that triggers you is not good. I'm not trying to go back to anywhere that I asked God and my therapist to help me heal from. So if that means,
To get me out of I was just about to bring in go into that. I'm glad you mentioned that. It's perfect
yeah,
segue because May is Mental Health Awareness
yes.
Month, and I was going to ask, what do you do? You mentioned therapists and also stepping away. What do you do for your mental to be healthy? Because everybody always say, "Oh, protect my peace," and this and that. It sounds good
Yeah, it
as a
sounds good.
cliche or a
That's the
post on
cute, that's
Facebook,
the dress up
but
version.
when you're really doing it,
Yeah.
it is. What do you do for your mental health to be healthy?
So I've been in therapy for almost 3 years. Now I've missed about a month of therapy because I've been so caught up with planning.
Mhm.
I've been back and forth to Saginaw about 9, 10 times in 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like the highway know my name for
Mhm.
sure. um,
I
I
know
did
the
contact her
markers.
though. Like I'm like, listen, I need an emergency meeting. Like, cause you know. But being in therapy, people always expect because you're in therapy, and this is what is so fragile about mental health. People, you need help, you need help. First of all, I'm going to get help. But they look at it as when you're going to get help, that you're totally healed within maybe 30 days or something.
Yeah.
I've been in therapy almost
Yeah,
3
it's not a
years,
quick
you feel
fix.
me? It's stages, like a
Mhm.
12-step program. Like I'm recovering from drugs or something, okay? It's a 12-step program
Yes.
in healing. You get what I'm saying? There's going to be ugly days. There's going to
Yeah.
be great days. There's going to be blonde days. There's going to just be days where it's just nothing at all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think people understand how therapy and mental health works. People talk so much about mental health, but you really need to seek it yourself, because I've been attacked a couple times.
Yeah.
And it's not intentional or malicious attack. It's because you're unknowingly. People can be so smart that they're still dumb to things. You get what I'm saying? So when people be like, oh, well, you need to
Mhm.
go see a therapist, I do see a therapist. But my healing is not on your win time. You can't tell me when my win is.
It's
You get what I'm saying? So
it's not what it looks like, what you may think it looks
yeah,
like for
healing
them,
doesn't look
right?
like
Your
some days.
healing is not what they
Yeah,
feel it should look like,
some
right?
days healing may look like I'm turned up and I'm the life of the party. Healing looks like some days I might just be in a
Mhm.
corner to myself, just nonchalant, off to the healing. Sometimes like disappearing, don't want to be talked to. You may think I'm depressed. No, I just need to be by myself. And so, with that being
Right.
said, yeah, I go to therapy. I went because I got tired of myself. You get tired of being sad. You get tired of being defensive. You get tired of being angry. You get tired of feeling like a
Mhm.
victim. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had to also learn in
Oh,
what
I
I
know.
felt as a victim where the accountability came in. We can say all day, oh, that man did me dirty. How long did you stay for him to do you dirty?
Come
Oh, my
on, Rev.
family hurt me. How
Come
many
on
times you
now.
kept coming around for them
Yeah.
to keep hurting you? See, I had to take
Come on.
accountability that
What
I
was your
did
role in it?
yeah, that
Yes.
was my role in it. I was glutton for punishment. I was giving myself self-inflicted pain. I know you ain't no good, but I'm gonna still come over here and kick in and play cards with you, cuz. And I know in the morning you're gonna probably lie on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna still come over here and love on you, babe. And I know tomorrow it's gonna be 2 girls calling me in
Yes.
my inbox or
Yes.
something. You know what I'm saying? So we could talk and point the
Yes.
finger, but when you point, how many fingers point back at yourself?
That's right.
So
That's
once I
right.
learned to take accountability in my own pain, it became a little more to
Mhm.
understand and accept, like, okay, if I get away from you the first time, I won't even experience this. This won't even hurt. This will be like, dang, for real, that's how you played? All right, cool. I won't be somewhere having to recover for 72 hours smoking and taking long drives and, writing 30 pages and,
Trying
slobbing,
to recapture your
gaining 10
peace.
pounds because I done ate all the ice cream
Mhm.
and chocolate. Like, no, I have no room in my life for that anymore. So, in my healing and growing, I'm learning to let people go sooner.
Yeah.
I'm learning to
I
not
like that. I
see
like
the
that.
potential in you. I'm seeing what you show me.
Yeah.
See, a mistake is done
Mhm.
once. Character is repeated. You can't keep doing the same thing and say it was a mistake. No, that's who you are. That's your character,
Yes. That's who
man.
you
Yeah,
are.
that's your trait, and that's just
That's
where
who
I
you
got to
are.
exit over here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
my health is everything. My mental health is everything. I'm trying to be here for a long time, not a fun time.
Right.
I have a legacy to leave, 3 children.
Right.
You know, I have a mission I was sent here to do. And until that mission is complete,
What do you want your legacy to be?
my legacy,
Sorry to interrupt you, but I gotta jump in there. What do
um,
you want your legacy to be?
I'm a firecracker, so I just want my because I got this tattoo I want to get because I feel like it stands for me. Veni Vidi Vici. I came, I saw, I
Yep.
conquered.
I saw.
And I
Yes.
also
Mhm.
live by the fake Frank Sinatra motto. I did it my way.
I did it my
So
way.
when I leave, I want people to
Mhm.
know I always did it my way. And I did it unapologetically. And I did it selflessly. And I did it with love. Everything I've done is have always been with love and a pure heart. So when I leave, I just want to be the change that I wanted to see while I was here. That's just it.
Good. This is a good segue. So I want to shift gears where you're speaking about leaving, and you and I spoke before we started recording about you grieving. You're going through
Yeah.
a grieving process. You spoke about losing your dad, and
Now y'all can see the
I want
punk
you
in
to
me.
discuss what your
Right.
And it's not a it's the
It
human.
is.
It's the side of, like how you said, people think of what grief looks like,
Mm-hmm.
and they don't really know. I always say there's no blueprint for
No.
grief. And Mother's Day is tomorrow. I know this is your first Sunday, first Mother's Day without your mom. This will be your first Father's Day without your father. I'm sorry. Am sorry for your loss. But I want others to understand that grief doesn't have a blueprint. It doesn't look
Yeah.
like a certain way. But if there are people who are grieving and they feel how you feel, that they can know that they don't, it's not unusual. I have a best friend who's also grieving the
Yeah.
loss of her mom. And she has these feelings and it's unusual to her.
Mm-hmm.
But she'll occasionally say, this is what's happening. That's a normal part of grief. And because it's so new to her and it's foreign to her, she's not sure if this is normal,
Mm-hmm.
if it's abnormal. So I want you to speak on what grief feels and looks like and how you're processing it. So those that are watching it and also going through it can understand when they're having those same feelings. Yes, this is
Yeah.
normal. This is not abnormal. This is grief. So how are you doing with it? How are you processing
Mm.
it?
I'll say I'm navigating well. I do. I feel that way. The people around me tell me the same, like, you navigating well. But the thing
Yeah.
is, some days grief looks very heavy. Like today, this is a grief day.
Mm.
So you may see the tears fall, but I'm
Yeah.
not going to just, I'm not going to be someone shut in. But some days
Yeah.
grief looks like I don't want to face the world today. Some days it looks like I woke
Yeah.
up in a great space. You know what I'm saying? I woke up good today. Grief is not always ugly every day, but it's always there. I will say that grief is always there.
Mm.
It does not leave. I'm sorry to tell you, it doesn't go away. It never
Mhm.
becomes okay. It just becomes easier to deal with and live with as time goes on. So when
Mm.
people say, "Oh, it's going to be okay," eventually it's never going to be okay. Let me just give you the truth and the
Never.
rawness of it. It's never going to be okay. Grief is never going to be okay. It's never going to be okay that that person you love is not here, or that person you have memories with, or you share things with, are gone permanently. You just learn to navigate life easier after. You just learn to live without them eventually. And that's the ugly
Mhm.
part of it. That's the selfish part that we don't want to face, but it's reality. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you take the sour with the sweet of it. You know what I'm saying? Like with my parents, I learned grief with them before they even died. So my grief is a little different, but a lot of people understand that as well. Because if you didn't have such present parents or such good parents, you know what I'm speaking of. And it's never to bash our parents. They loved us in the capacity that they knew how. They gave us what they
They knew
want.
how.
You get what I'm saying? So
Yes. What they
I
knew.
can't hold that against them. I just learned from that. No different than when I was in the street in the hustle game. I learned from the dummies so I could be smarter. So I just learned from my parents' screw ups and
Mhm.
their lack to put it into better perspective when it came to my own children, to listen to my children, to give
Mhm.
them that love, even if they mess up, to still let them know you're still someone, you're still special, I still love you. Even if we're on bad terms, I am still your mother, I'm still here, present. No matter what it looks like, I'm still present. To know that your parent is still present, that's all you need. Whether they're sending you money every week or not,
Mhm.
just to know that, Mom, if I need to pick that phone up and call you and cry, you're there. If I just need to lay it all on the
Mhm.
line, you're there. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that grief before they left. And that was a different type of hurt. But going through therapy and stuff, I learned to process that. So when they passed away,
Oh my God, you got me crying.
I'm sorry,
Mhm.
but when they passed away,
No, no, don't apologize. It's a human.
yeah,
Mhm.
and that's the thing. I don't have a problem being transparent because a lot of people think Big Rell is
Not at
this,
all.
there's never a bad day in Big Rell life.
Strong.
Baby, Big Rell be
Strong,
having it.
right.
Life,
Strong,
listen, life be
unbreakable,
throwing hands.
unshakable.
Life be throwing his hands Big Rell way. Sometimes but I pushed through it. I turned my pain into purpose. And so when my parents passed, like I said, it's only been a 5-month stretch between the both of them. And the most craziest part for me to be the one that took the sour end of the stick when they were alive, I was the sole responsible person for putting them to rest. That's a whole different type of,
Mhm.
yeah, that's a whole different type of, something you got to walk through. And then now I have to process. We won't have a chance to fix anything. We won't have a chance to have that conversation. We won't have a chance to do over or see if we can make something. It's permanently gone. So now I got to grieve the never again. See, grieving them and knowing there's a
Never.
possibility is one thing. To know there's never a possibility, it's a different type of hurt. You get what I'm saying? Like, I never will have a chance again. My children will never know what it feels like to have grandparents at their graduation. If I get married, then I would never have to parent. You know what I'm saying? Like, all the things that you're supposed to have, you don't.
You have to grieve not just their absence,
Yeah.
but the absence of the life events that
Yeah.
won't occur in
All
the
of
way
that.
you
Yeah.
had them planned out.
And so with that, like I said, I've learned to not hold it in. So I allow myself to be vulnerable. I allow myself to release through my
I love that.
tears. But I also allow myself the
Yes.
space of knowing it's okay not to be okay today. I don't force that strength anymore.
Mhm.
If I wake up today and I ain't okay, I'm just not okay. I communicate with my team like today I'm not okay. I'm not okay. And they don't expect me to be okay.
This is what I
You know what
needed.
I'm
Yeah.
saying?
This is what I
And
need
those who have
others to
expected
hear.
me to, be able to be there for them during this time, I've had to cut off because I'm not in the space
Mm.
to show up for you right now. I need my team to show up for me because
Yeah.
see, when I'm in my best spot, my whole team is okay. I am the fallback. I am the backup plan.
Mhm.
If they don't have no one, they know we got real. But if I'm not in that space to be there, I can't pour from an empty cup. So I need my team to feel me because right now I'm steady pouring out in this area. I need y'all to pour in. I need y'all to pour a little strength today, a little encouragement today.
How is that going? How is that going where you now have to establish boundaries with people and say, no, I can't show up as my best version of me. So I'm not going to show up and just no, like I say, no is a complete sentence and just saying no, where
Listen,
normally you would say yes and people expect you to say yes.
I I would okay. So I'll say this. I would say it's not going well because I don't like to break ties. I don't like to fall out with people or things like that. But if we're talking in the growth aspect, it's going very great.
Mhm.
Because one thing I learned with growth, you shed. You know what I'm saying? You shed. And so those
Intentional.
who are meant to be there will be there. Everybody can't go where you're going. Everyone ain't meant to be on that roadway with you. You get what I'm saying?
Amen.
And one thing I learned in
That's right.
therapy, the only people who disagree or are offended by your boundaries are those who no longer benefit from you
Were the
not having
ones
them.
who needed them.
Yeah. So
Those are the people who needed the
those who
boundaries.
benefited when I ain't had no boundaries, those are the ones who are upset.
Mm,
Cause see, now you don't benefit
mm,
from being able to walk over me, being able to use me, being able to do whatever. Oh, I could hurt you, and I know you're still gonna be there. Yeah, I was one of those ride or dies for everybody, not just a man. I was like that for everybody. Oh, you can hurt me, I'm gonna forgive you. You need me to show up, I'm there. Now, baby, you can go to hell.
child, friendships and
Yeah, you can
all.
go to hell.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
will cut off a kid, honey. I've had to
Yeah.
listen, when it comes to protecting my peace, the thing is, I woke up one day and became very intentional about myself. And that looked like,
Growth is
yeah,
intentional.
when you become intentional,
Yeah.
I don't care who I piss off.
Mhm,
I don't care who I lose.
mhm.
I don't care who I upset. As long as when I look in the mirror and I stare at that person for longer than 5 minutes, I'm okay with what I see looking back.
Okay with it. Yeah. Yeah.
Anything else is,
Yeah. I hear you.
I don't really care because
I hear you.
you'll lose yourself while everyone's living. And when you're
What
gone,
was your
everybody's still
what
alive.
was your pivotal moment? What was the pivotal moment where you say, I have to now take control of me, establish boundaries? Because, like I've been saying every weekend, I think that's my new catchphrase. Change is inevitable, but growth is intentional. So, and what was the pivotal moment, or what incident, what thought process, what made you finally say, I have to take control and establish these boundaries to salvage and reinvent my peace and maintain it?
My house burned down in July of 2023. And during that time, I had like
Mm,
4 streams of income. I had all kind of contracts with hotels, schools. I was really big in the community at the time. Like I was at my top tier, right? I'm talking about backpack giveaways. I'm doing Big Rell transportation. I'm doing autism care. I'm helping with showcases. When I say my hand was in every bag and in every motion, yeah, shout out to me. They're not going to give me that, but it doesn't matter. My house
So
burned
wanna
down.
thank me,
My house
right.
burned down. And I still had some projects on the table with other people. I continued that. After all those events were over that I had a hand in and things like that, and I watched the people around me that I showed up to help with bills, cars, rides, whatever it is that they needed. I showed up front and center. I've had families I've had to pull into my home, saving from domestics and everything. And I'm standing in front of my home that's burned to the ground. And not one person that I knew asked me if I needed anything. Not one person said, do you have a place to stay? Except one person. And my children stayed there.
What?
My partner at the time, they stepped in as they could, but even they left me at one point, and it was like, wow, I'm out here by myself. For as much as I show up, I have no one. And I used to be a runner, so I just, after a while, I just packed up and went way to Alabama. That's where my awakening happened. When you are in total solitude and seclusion, I don't have no friends to pull up on. I don't got no family to pull up on.
Yeah.
Then when I left, I went down there and people don't even know. A lot of people don't know. Me and my children lived in my car for 2.5 weeks. Like I was literally bathing with bottles of water in alleys, staying behind churches, living in my van with 3 children. And during that time, still no one picked up that phone and said, are you dead or alive? Are you okay? For the first time, I was alone. But I was alone with no people. I'm used to being alone with a lot of people around me. But when you're alone and there's no one, like I literally had no escape. There was no friends, no nothing. I knew no one there. You start learning who you are. I didn't know what Big Rell even liked because Big Rell lived in the perspective of, if I make sure you good, I'm good. If I make sure you're happy, I'm happy. I didn't even know what made me happy.
You have to be
I
selfish.
didn't
You have to
even
learn
know
to
I
become
liked
selfish.
peace. Now that was the crazy. I didn't even know I liked peace.
Ah.
I thought peace was boring. What? The hell? Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, damn.
I relate.
Peace feel good. Shit, peace. This one taste it. Tastes different. It smell different. This is.
Yep.
And I started therapy. That's
Yep.
where I started heavy therapy, down there. I encountered people through
Okay.
school and work. And they began to talk to me about things God gave them in their vision. And it was crazy because these people don't know me. I didn't get close to anyone down there. It was just me and my kids. That's it. And I really didn't talk to many people back home because everyone you would hear my story, but nobody had anything to offer. What are we talking for? There's no need to talk. So, and people were still hitting me up for help while I was going through this. That's the craziest part. I need to borrow this. Can you help me with that? Can you help me get this? Can you do that? Like, bruh, I'm down here by myself going through all kind of stuff. And I'm just like, all right. I started going to therapy heavy down there. That's where therapy started. So that's why I say I've been in therapy almost 3 years. And I encountered a teacher who spoke to me. She said, did you ever wonder why God gave us the armor and put it on the front of us? And I'm like, no, I ain't really trying to get into all that. You know what I'm saying? I know it's called the whole armor of God. I don't know why he didn't give it to us on the back. I said, probably so he could protect our major organs. And, that's where my mind was at the moment. Because, like I said, I'm going through transitional on the healing part, like the stage. And she said, no, because it was never meant for us to run from our battles.
You always move.
We were supposed to run
backwards.
to
That's
our
right. You moving
battles.
forward.
And it clicked here.
That's right.
Sure, you got to stop running.
Yeah.
Because you in Alabama because you ran.
Yeah.
You got to knuckle up and throw them things. You feel me? Get your armor and run into the war and run into the battle.
Run into the battle.
And I'm just like, what the heck? This lady don't even know me.
Yeah.
But because I know I'm at a stage of healing and I know I got to be at a stage of being teachable, I'm listening though. I'm listening. I'm
Yeah.
storing it. I ain't letting it go in this
Yeah.
ear and go out. I'm okay. It's a reason she told me that. It's a reason and stuff. So
Yeah.
when people say, how was it living in Alabama? On the human side of me, I'll say, oh, it was the worst experience in the world. And it probably was. On the healing,
Mhm.
mental side of it, it was
Best
exactly
thing
what
could
I
happen.
needed to get to where I needed to get to.
Yeah.
It was what I needed to
Yeah.
grow. It was what I needed to let go of
Yeah.
some things. I had to be totally to myself. I'm talking about no dating, no men, no friends, no cousins, no community, nothing. I just got to deal with self.
Isolation.
When you got to deal with self, when
Separation.
you got to deal with self, have you ever had to
Mhm.
deal with self?
Mhm.
Dealing with
Mhm.
self is different. Dealing with self is
It
needed.
is.
I needed
It
that
is.
seclusion from the world and the life I'm used to even be able to
Mhm.
hear God in the way I heard him, to be able to know I got
Mhm.
a plan, but you just got to put yourself in position. See, faith without works is dead. We could talk all day about we want to do this and I want to do that and I want to do that. What are you doing to get that? We can't
Yeah, I
sit here
believe.
waiting on somebody to
Do
drop
get
it
it.
in our
Right.
lap. You want it, you got to go get it. And you got to go get it by any means. You
Right.
can't go get it worried about if they going to like you, if you look good enough,
Right.
if you got to totally go into a bubble where I don't care what nobody outside of this bubble thinks. I think it's me. I think I got it. I'm going to do it. There's nothing that I ever set out to do that I did not do and was not successful at it. When I did childcare, I was successful. Even went into autism care. Shout out to Teresina Jackson. When I went into transportation, I was
Mhm.
successful and I got contracts that the people who paved the way for me didn't even have. I got paid to take my own kid to school. Who doing that? Networking,
Mm.
network, putting myself
Mhm.
out there and
Mhm.
showing up in a capacity where I want to hire Big Rell. I want to partner with Big Rell. I make myself marketable. That's why I'm
Mhm.
careful who I partner with, what I entangle myself in, who I sit with, who
Hey,
I let sit with me.
it's your brand.
Yeah, I know that. That's
It's
why.
your
Listen,
brand.
y'all may have seen me get out here
We
and
talking about
maybe out some people. I didn't out them people in malicious intent. I have to do what I have to do to get in front of
Mhm.
damage control. I'm my own marketing and I market my own brand. So when you get out here and get to putting something out about my name, it ain't much I'm gonna clear up. Let me get that straight right now, because those who know. Those who don't matter. My character and who I am speaks for itself. So a lot of things I will not clear up. I don't care what's put on the internet. I ain't clearing it up unless you say I don't know how to get no money, I don't take care of my kids, and I'm ugly. I'm gonna clear all that up. No, you lying now. Anything outside of that, I don't care to clear up. But when you try to tarnish my brand or things like that, I will clear it up. And I'll still clear it up tastefully without tarnishing your brand, because I'm never here to hurt anyone. But you ain't going to play with me neither.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Right.
careful of who I link with.
Mhm.
Sometimes you will encounter a sour apple when you're trying to help. Because most of the people who tarnish you and try to tear you down are people you try to help the most. And that's usually what it is. There's nobody
Mm.
that got on this internet and spoke on Big Rail that I didn't help greatly behind the scenes or show up for them in full capacity. So it comes with the
Mm.
territory, though. It don't stop me, though.
I hear you. I hear you. Now, here's a question for you as a woman. What do you do for you as a woman? I don't know your relationship status, but do you have a partner? Do you just say, okay, I'm done dating for right now? Are you in search of a partner? What do you do when you say, okay, as a woman and in partnership, or just as a woman, even if you're not thinking about partners, like you say in Alabama, you weren't thinking about dating anybody. But do you just say, okay, as a woman, this is what I need as a woman? Because I know for me, as a woman, occasionally I just need my me time to go and just sit amongst people that I don't know and have brunch. I just need that. So what do you do? Nothing having to relate as a mom, nothing having to do with big Rail and your businesses. What does Sherelle do for herself just as a woman?
So I have multiple things that I do because you need different things in different aspects of your life. I do have a partner that I'm involved with,
Mhm.
and the
Okay.
dynamics we have, it works for me. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're not
Right.
focused on,
Mhm.
so many times people build relationships and they're focused on the title, they're focused on the marriage, and they're focused on this
Mhm.
ideal picture that society gave us.
Of
My
what
part,
they think it looks like,
yeah, what it
'cause
looks like
that's
for
what's
them.
yeah, go ahead.
Meanwhile, my partnership is stronger than
Right.
most marriages.
Mhm.
Let that sit in. So I don't live
Trust me, I know.
I don't live ideally to what society say my relationship should be. So when you had a boyfriend, you got a man, that's your nigga. First of all, I don't deal with niggas, I deal with men. I don't have boyfriends, I deal with men. However, I have a
Good statement.
partnership, and a partnership looks like we're
Mhm.
free to live our lives. We have an understanding. We have that bond. We work together. We build together. And that's just what that is. My business, our business is not
Mhm.
your business. Nothing's a secret. It's just not your
Okay.
business. I also,
It's
yeah,
private.
it's that's where we
I've
at with it. You know what
defined
I'm
the
saying?
difference between
We
being
let
secret
whatever
and
you
private.
assume, we
Yes.
let you assume, and that's just what it is. We don't have to. Oh, what it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We don't hone on that because the biggest thing is we're both trying to build legacies. That's where we're at. We're partnering in that, and whatever the universe may put together and whatever it may be, we'll let it be there. But right now, we're enjoying the ride that we're on, and it's not a rocky ride. So let me live in the moment, and I live in that moment. I enjoy the now. I don't too
Good.
much worry about the then or the, you know what I'm saying? The only thing I worry about in the future is a legacy. Whatever comes with that, it comes with that. What's for me gonna be for me. So when it comes to the dating aspect, I don't search or any of that. I just let life lead me the way it leads me. Right now, I am in a partnership, so that is just where it's at. You know what I'm saying?
Good.
Um, I also have
Good.
my girl time. It's very important to have your ladies time. So yeah, I do ladies night. We do R&R, and none of our
Good.
ladies night is all about twerking on tables and all that, getting drunk, Scotty clock or nothing.
I know that's right.
Every ladies night or every ladies encounter, we always take something deep from it. Like the last ladies night we did the
Yeah.
breaking of the plate, where we wrote down things that we wanted to release. We wanted to get rid of, we wanted to
Yeah.
break away from. Everything I do in my life with the people in my life is deep and it's always meaningful. I don't have a partnership and it ain't meaningful. We can sit up and what they do, spoon and stuff all day. Outside of sex, what do you have? So it has to be meaningful. That's why I
Right.
don't, yeah. So
The intangible.
yeah, so you get
Mhm.
what I'm saying? But
Intangible
when you can
things.
feed me a lot here and teach me things that I don't know, that is the sexiest thing you can ever do.
Yes,
When you can introduce me or put
it
me in
is. Mhm.
position to have something or expand what I'm already doing. Because you got to think, when you come over here, I already
Grow.
got the table and the plate. What can you add to that? Because see, if I come
Yeah.
over to your table, I can put a plate
Yeah.
next to your plate. I don't got to put it on your plate. I can put that
Yeah.
plate next to yours. What I require, I can
Mhm.
provide. So that's what it is with partnership.
Yeah.
And so I just rock with that. When it comes to my friends, what can you bring? It's more than just sitting up gossiping, girl, Shaquan and them. I don't even know Shaquan, okay? I don't even want to know nobody who got that
Ah,
name. No shade, but I'm just saying, I just, I don't want to just have the
interesting.
ladies that I
Yeah.
gossip about. We know, like most of us don't even know our relationship business because we don't get together to talk about, girl, what your nigga doing, what your nigga doing, what your babe doing. No, we get together and talk about.
Right. It don't affect
We
your life.
don't. You know what I'm saying? We do things that are conducive to us. Like,
It don't
girl,
affect your
let's
life.
catch up on what we've been doing with business. What's been going on with work? What elevations
Yeah.
you've made? What is it that you want to do? Like, we always talking about what we want to do in the future and how we want to elevate this and different
Right.
opportunities and things. If I
Right.
come into an opportunity, I can put my team onto some money. I'm putting the whole team on. That's what I do. If I can give you an opportunity
Yeah.
to elevate your
Yeah.
brand, I do. I don't come into anyone's life and not add to it. If I'm in your life and I'm not adding, I dismiss myself. I don't want
Yeah.
to come and I don't add anything or be a burden. So when I come to your life, I add.
Now, that's the perfect segue because 989 day. I want you to talk about that. I know you passed along information the other day for vendors and things having to be in order, paperwork needing to be done correctly, submitted for approval. And I want you to talk about 989 day, what it is, what what's involved, what it should look like, and what should the community of Saginaw, Saginaw
So
should
give me one
expect
phone.
on 989 Day.
So let me go from the beginning of 989 Day. 989 Day was an idea founded by my partner, of whom,
Okay.
there will be a releasing of who this partner is. I know everybody like, who is this ghost person? We,
I know, because I'm sitting here going like, who? But it's private. It's not. It's private. It's nobody's
not
business.
right
But go
now.
ahead.
You do things decent and in order, and we
Okay.
do it in a timely fashion.
I hear
I
you.
love the,
I I,
I
I
love a little shock
understand.
value. I wouldn't be Big Real if I just did
I
everything basic.
understand.
If I did the
Gotta
basic, I
be.
wouldn't be me. So it was an idea founded by my partner. We always talking about different things of, we just always sit and brainstorm about different things we can do to better the community, better ourselves, better our brand. That's why I say when you dealing with those type of people, that's the conversation. It's not always about freaky deaky. It's not
Yeah.
always about gossip drama.
Yeah.
We literally
Right.
sit and talk about business and
Growth.
knowledge all the time. Any
Growth.
people I'm encountering with, like,
Hmm.
we got to give knowledge. We have to feed into each other. So we sat and thought about it. And me knowing the work I've done, me knowing the things to do, and my partner not being as savvy on this part of the game, that's what partnerships come. That's how
Hmm.
teams are built. If you got an
Right.
idea and I know
Strengths and
I got the
weaknesses.
tools to
Hmm.
execute, then you put your idea, I'll put my expertise, boom, you
Hmm.
become a dynamic duo, trio, whatever you want
Yes.
to be. And so I'm like,
Yes.
And when I'm hearing my partner like, this would be dope, I always dreamed of, well, you know me, I think I'm a genie. So I feel like if I can make a dream come true, let me try to work on it as best as I can. And I took my
Hmm.
knowledge and what I didn't know, I went and learned. And I just went full blast with it. Like, okay, we can do 989. We've done plenty of events. I don't want this to be an event.
Yeah.
I want this to be a holiday. If I'm Big Rail. If I'm gonna
Hmm.
do it, it's gonna be big. We could do an event, but it's only Big Rail style if we do a big day. We've done plenty of events. We need a holiday. Why
Hmm.
we can't have it? But it's more
Like
than just
313 in the D.
it's more
Hmm.
than just, oh, let's have something to turn up to. We have a lot of different things
Right.
that happen in the township and in the community, right? A lot of times when things are in the
Hmm.
township, our kind don't want to go because we feel like, oh, they don't want us over there. That's for them. Like, let's be honest. When we have things on this side,
Hmm.
a lot of them don't want to come because it's a cultural thing like that.
Hmm.
Black Arts Festival. Of course,
Hmm.
Black Arts Festival, you think it's only for black.
Hmm.
Now, me personally,
Right.
anybody can come to Black Arts Festival. But when people are
That's right.
not knowledgeable, and then we're at a time and day where we got so much racism and things going on, even though some people are not
Because of
racist,
division.
they
Yes.
just are precaution. They're cautious of going certain places because we don't know if they go. You know what I'm saying? Or we don't
Yes.
know, or we go out there, them folks don't want to post.
Exactly.
We
Yeah.
got this stigma and stuff. And I'm
Yeah.
not saying a lot of the stigma is not true because yeah, we go to the township, y'all quick want to call the police on us. However, this is not a black or a white thing. I want the Arabics. I want the Chinese, Chaldeans. I want the Africans. I want the blacks. I want the whoever, what, all that, the township, the community, the hood, the projects, the east side, south side, Bridgeport. This is a 989.
Hmm.
Anyone under the umbrella of 989.
St. Charles.
Any of them.
Exactly.
Because
St.
St. Charles,
Charles.
if it
Chesapeake.
wasn't for
Yes.
St. Charles, shout out to St. Charles Food Market and their high school and their principal. If it wasn't for them, our
Yes.
food pantry would not have been reopened and revamped. We got the partnership starting with them. So I definitely
Wow.
always want to let people know I do have
Wow.
partners outside of Saginaw. So Big Rail is bigger than the city. You know what I'm saying? I don't just work with people. Most of my
Right.
sponsors come from other places because I network. When I go, I
Yeah.
speak of my people. I speak of my city. I speak of what I'm doing. And
Neighboring
people, yeah,
communities.
and people
Hmm.
love the passion. And it's like, okay, how can we be a part
Yeah.
of it? I got a lot of white friends. I do. I
Exactly.
love my white friends. I might not like all their
Exactly.
cuisines, but I like
My
them.
two best
We,
friends.
yeah, you got to get you some white friends. You got to get you some white friends. White friends,
My two best
you
friends
got to
are.
get you
My
some
two
white
best
friends. They
friends are.
too. And
Yeah,
get you
they
a
are.
couple Arabs and Chaldeans too. They're good. I'm telling you, you got to get you a couple people on your team. I ain't lying. They love me
I
down
know.
here.
Yeah,
But,
multicultural. That's
like
right.
my son, my
Multicultural.
kids go to Arabic school. The school loves me. I'm their favorite black parent. I'm probably only two. They ain't probably got but three, but still. But
Because it's a shared
Yeah,
Like you're a parent who loves your children the same way they love their
yeah.
children. Like
So,
when you start looking at neighboring community,
mhm,
it's the shared feeling.
yeah.
It's everybody wants the same
And,
thing.
and
They want to
and
be
that's the
healthy and
thing
happy and
because
they love their children.
anything I gather, I
Right.
always want to bring it back to my city because I see how other communities are
Yes.
thriving with what they got. So if I could do that, let me,
Yeah.
because I'm
Yeah.
just looking at, we can make the change. We can talk all day, but we gotta be the change we want to see. We talking too much.
To see.
I'm so tired of these meetings. I'm so tired of these lies. I'm so tired of these community this. I want somebody to throw a hat on, throw some Nike boots on, hit the streets. How do you come from the streets and you scared to go back out there to save them? Like, that's why they don't be wanting me at
Mm,
these meetings. They don't be
good
wanting me to talk
question.
because
Good question.
I'm calling your bluff. You are OG. How you scared to go
Mhm,
out here and talk to the YNs? I'm a mom. I go to the hood in a
mhm.
minute. Bro, watch out with that AR. Come here. Let me holler at you real quick. What
Yeah.
you scared of?
Because in the end, they're still
They're
children.
still children.
Mhm.
And you know
They're
what's
still children. They're
crazy?
still
A
kids. They're
lot
still
of
children.
them just want to know that you care. When they don't think you
If you
care,
see,
it's more so like, y'all don't give a fuck anyway. So that's how they feel
well,
about it. We
well,
can't let them keep having the
they
I
just
don't
want
give
to
a
be
fuck
seen and
mentality.
heard.
We do give a fuck. We give a
Yeah.
fuck greatly. That's why when
Yes,
I
we
do
do.
stuff, like I've had
Right.
people say, Sherelle, how do you go? You don't have security. You don't have security. These my people. I came from the same trenches. I might have had a
Yeah.
better life, but I grew up on the east
Yeah.
side, right around the corner from Central Middle
And
School.
Saginaw is only 3 degrees of separation. You will, if you don't know this person, you know somebody they know.
You know
You're
somebody. Half
at
of
some
us
point you gonna
kinfolk
come across
anyway.
a
Half of
cousin.
us
Yes, you
cousins.
know their
We already,
family. Yes,
yeah, come on now, we
our
cousins.
family. Yep,
So my
we're
thing
related.
is, I'm not
Right.
afraid to go be with my people because I know I'm out here to help them. Everything comes with the territory.
Mhm,
Nobody's tried to harm me.
mhm.
And if they do, we just handle that when it
Right.
come that way. But I
Right.
don't go out here with fear. I don't go out here making these people think ill
Yeah.
or, you disgust me. I hug the kids. I don't care how dirty their coat is. I take pictures with the families. When these people get in my messenger and say, Big
Yeah.
Rell, thank you. If it wasn't for you, you saved my life. Or things, because there's things I do outside that never get recorded or reported. There's moms that call me like I'm
Yeah.
crumbling. I don't want to live no more. I don't know what to do. And I get up out of my bed. Let me go get some
Yeah.
wine. Let me go get some fruit. Let me pull up. Let me sit on your bed with you. We're going to rock and cry together until you get over it.
Yeah.
Some of these people will say it
Yeah.
out loud. Some of these people, I'll be like, no, you don't got to tell nobody. I don't do this for show. I do this
Right.
because it's in me. It's a passion. I
Yeah.
don't know
Because of
how
the
to do
heart.
anything but love on people, take care of them, and help. That's all I know how to do. So
Thank you,
back
Rell.
to
This is the
99.
perfect way. But no, no, keep going on
But
99.
I'm sorry,
Keep
yeah,
going.
we got caught up.
Keep
I'm
going.
sorry,
I
but
was going to close it out, but keep going.
999. I said all that to say this. I want this to feel like a family day. There's people I don't care
Okay.
for in the community. I'm sure everybody got that who I don't like. We all ain't gonna care for everybody. On that day, I'm gonna
Mhm.
care for everybody. Whatever I feel about you ain't gonna be deep enough for me to even approach you, for me to even give you a side eye, because I came here for one purpose, to bring my city together. And that's all I care about. I care about the
Mm.
children seeing unity. I care the old folks get to experience it. Like the old folks tired too. I care about everybody just for
Yeah.
one day. We one big city. It's us versus everybody. It's Detroit versus everybody. Saginaw versus everybody. Flint versus everybody. You feel me?
That's
So
everybody.
it's us against everybody. And for one day,
Yeah.
we just need to be a unit. We had family affair, gutsmacker, all that growing up. We look forward to all that kind of stuff. You feel me? We looked at,
Mhm.
we got
What?
outfits and everything to do that. We ain't got nothing to look forward to. We
Okay.
might have the kickball Chucky Lawrence do.
Mm.
Shout out to him. We have the community
Yeah.
celebration that Terry Reed has. Shout out to him. He's one of my coldest mentors and OGs. I love him. Um, we only got a couple things though, and still and yet we ain't got the people from this side of the bridge coming over here to join us. We can never be together and really
Yeah.
fight and win this battle unless we come together for real. You know what I'm saying? We can sit all day and say we don't need them and we
Yes.
don't need them. Yeah, we need more of us to be together. True indeed. Us black folks need to get our black asses together and we need to stop this bull crap we
Right.
doing. We really need a granny here to whoop everybody's ass. That's what they need.
Good
We
advice.
need grandma, but we ain't got granny. So we got, We got
We ain't got big
yeah,
mamas.
we need some big
Madea.
mamas. See, big mamas is 28 and 30 years old now. See, when I grew up, big mama was 60 and 70. They was cooking cornbread and they had the granny
Yeah,
elbows. These
yeah,
wenches is twerking on their
yeah.
head like so. We in a different generation,
They,
unfortunately.
yeah, taking me through that.
Yeah, take me. I ain't trying to go
Grandmama's
through
taking me
nowhere,
through
honey.
that.
I'm sorry.
They take me
But
through that.
I just want this done.
So for 989, that what you
So
for those coming out, what should they expect? What vendors? What's there? What activities?
so every day, 989 days unfolding. Every day we got new things that are coming. So 989 day looks like businesses in the community offering specials and discounts and things like that of whatever. We don't know what they're going to offer. We're not responsible for that. We just want to, even if they don't do that, but put 989 day sign in their window. They supported us. So whatever they choose to do, like we went to
Right.
Panera Bread, we went to
Awareness.
7-Eleven, I went to Little Caesars. Like we've not
Okay.
only went to black owned business, small business, we went to franchises. Like we deep with it. You feel me? So whatever they choose to offer, we do not know. A lot of places are waiting for it to be proclamated so they can take, like McDonald's and them, they just need us to get it proclamated. McDonald's will even have specials. You feel me? Once it's proclamated. So it looks like the city just celebrating the culture, the diversity, the history, and just us in
Okay.
general. You know what I'm saying? Bringing back life, hope to the city, giving us some type of excitement, something to celebrate. We got very excited when we got Juneteenth as a holiday, and we've been celebrating it ever since. Hey, look, Dollar Tree even got Juneteenth decorations. So my thing is,
Wow.
let's get excited for 989 Day. Cookouts everywhere. I don't care if you're in your yard and say, hey, I'm having a 989 barbecue, family reunion style. Just one day of celebration, one day of togetherness, one day of unity. Just something, we want everybody a
I'm
part.
I'm
So we'll
I'm gonna
have
give you a after we record, I'm gonna give you a resource to reach out to. I don't want to just say him out on here just in case,
mhm.
I'm something fall through, but I'm going to give you someone to reach out to because yeah, I think that you and them could partner really well.
Okay.
And if even if you guys don't partner, he can provide you a lifeline of
I'm
contacts.
always with it. I'm always
Outstanding,
with it.
amazing.
So in the event of 989 Day, there will be a main event space. In that event space,
Okay.
there will be food trucks outside. We are wanting to have
Okay.
bounce houses and concessions and things for the children. We have invited the dog clubs out. We've invited the slingshot club, the car clubs. We've invited mothers of murdered children. We have speakers. We will have live podcast shows. We
Yeah.
will have entertainment. We will have vendors in there selling clothes, merchandise, products, beverages. We have water ice. We have you name it. And we will have the little Miss Miaza. She is one of the tiny tots who have won. She's been crowned 3 times. So as we continue to organize, we just keep coming with more and more and more. And we've had different sponsors who want to sponsor Joe Credit Union, Community Auto Service, Terry Reed,
Excellent.
Sunil Kathy
Excellent.
from Water Ice. She's a new business, but she jumped in sponsoring. Fresh out. She's fresh in
Yeah.
business. So make sure you go to her page,
Yeah.
follow her. And then it's just other
Okay.
things that are unfolding. We've connected with the organizer of the Cinco de Mayo parade. So we've got some heavy hitters that we've partnered with and connected with. And just, we want to have people come out for mental health. Teresina will be out with her resource about
Yeah.
autism and the parenting things she has. Miss Tiffany Owens will be there with her book signing and selling, and she's also a speaker. And it'll be a host of speakers. We got Joe Polk, one of the local artists and comedians. So we got a lot of different things to expect and see. We will be there from 9 to 9. So it's a 12-hour event at this event space. So you'll have any
All
part of the
day.
day to come out
Good.
and enjoy. There will be seating for the elderly to enjoy the shows and entertainment. There
Good.
will be not even just the elderly. If you just want to come out and just sit and just enjoy. You don't have to, want to be a vendor. And if you just want to come and just sit in and enjoy the live podcast shows, we got Coach Marshall. Shout out to Big Kev. He will be
Ah,
there Yes,
goodness.
he will be.
I'm so glad he brought it
Yeah,
back. I'm glad he brought that back.
man. I'm
Yes.
so glad he got that back. We got so many people. We got Yacht Life.
Yeah.
He is actually going to be in
Yes.
control of podcasting. He's over the media. He's over the entertainment.
Great.
So you
Great.
get what I'm saying? We also have Jeffrey
Excellent.
Bulls on our
Mhm.
committee, and he's doing his little things behind the scenes. So I also want to, just give shout out to them. Yacht Life, Jeffrey Bulls, Terry Reed.
Yes.
Those have been my go-to guys and on this committee and things like that. So it's not me.
Cause they put I gotta give it to them as far as
Yeah,
media, their
their
media
media
verse.
is
Like I
good.
gotta give it to Yet. Like I've been saying Marshall media verse,
Yeah,
but Yet media verse
yeah,
is expanding too.
yeah,
They
definitely.
have their boots on the ground and mics
Yeah.
turned on, and their media is
And that's what
amazing.
I'm saying. And this is the
I can see
time.
the growth
And
in it.
989 day is the
Hmm.
perfect time to just put everybody out there, expand their brands and
Say less, I'll be there.
yeah, come on.
Say
You
less, right?
understand?
I'll be there
Yes, it's for all of us.
just to
I have
see it
people
for
coming from
sure.
Atlanta
Yeah, I'm
with their I
from the
got people coming.
SAG 601.
Listen, we got people coming from Atlanta who were born and raised in Saginaw who are business owners.
Yes.
They're coming to be there. So people keep asking, so I want to say that since this will be out on the show, they want to know
Yes.
why about the vendoring. The reason we have the vendoring are for all businesses who do not have a brick and mortar. Anyone with a brick and mortar, we suggest that you stay at your building and celebrate from your building. Now, should you close down early or whatever, want to come over and just, kick it and just, enjoy the vibes, cool. But that was the main thing for people who are not in buildings to be broadcasted as well, like Love in a Jar, Naya Pratt, Prince Bird. I mean, yeah, they're popular on Facebook. They don't have brick and mortars for people to just come in
Hmm.
all the time or be privy to their information. Everyone's not on
Yeah.
Facebook. So this is a chance for people to expand their
Right.
brand, put your brand out there, recognize the brand. And that's why we've been going. If you're supporting 99 Day, put it in your window so people will know, about that because we've been shouting out, shout out to
Right.
Brandy. She's got the spot over there on Sheridan and Weber, her spot. I like to just shout out
Hmm.
everyone that has always supported or,
Hmm.
that we just see and notice in the
Right.
community or whatever. I always believe, give them their
Right.
flowers while they're here. And that's just that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Well, I'm coming.
yeah.
Now that you say I'll be there. I'll be there because I mean,
Yeah, we
you
gotta
all
have deep
have all of
conversation.
you.
I need to
I
meet
should
up
have
with
you
Shay
at
too.
like yeah. I'll be
You gotta have you there. You gotta be there.
yeah because this is yeah. Be there just to even just capture it or just maybe I'll do my podcast episode a different format that time and just talk to different individuals and put it as a compilation,
Yeah,
and that will be the episode for the week to just speak on community and resources available and things like that because this is like I said, this mental health awareness month for the month of May,
yeah,
but I know that's coming up in August, but still 988 it's our community, it's birth.
yeah,
989 has birthed so much
yes.
of what we see today in here,
We
so
got a lot of great people and there's a lot of
Real,
great
thank you.
potential. I haven't given up on Saginaw. I mean,
Yeah.
I probably threw the towel in 30 times, but I picked it up
No.
41.
Right.
So, it's a lot of great things in Saginaw. And I just, like I
It
said, I just
is.
want to bring life
It
back to it
is.
because even though I don't stay there, my
It is.
loved ones are there. You know what I'm saying? I got nephews and nieces there. I
Yes.
got,
Yes.
family or
Yep.
friends who,
Yep. Me
who
too.
have children and I care
Me
about
too.
their kids. So they need that. We got
Me
generations
too.
coming up that need this and we got to give that. We can't keep talking. We have to be
Right.
doers. And if you know me, I don't talk about it. I be about it. We not going to say we like
Right.
want a 989
Right.
day and we ain't going to have it. If they don't give it, if I got to go to Lansing,
Right.
we going to get it.
Right. Right. So before we go, anybody that wants to donate, that wants to sponsor, we're gonna put this out right now. Anyone that wants to sponsor, be a sponsor. I'm going to sponsor. Now that you told me, not necessarily different conversation because I'm not sure how young folks feel. But McDowell Enterprises LLC will be a sponsor to help donate towards 989 days. So
Thank you.
anybody wanting to donate, want to sponsor, what's the information?
So anyone wanting to donate or sponsor, always inbox me, Real Tyler on Facebook. We actually have a email for 989 Day specifically. You can always email 989 Day official mail elisa@gmail.com and let me know, and I'll get to you whatever you need, whether it's a Cash App or Apple Pay or whatever. Or if it's just you want to donate a product or donate your time or your services, email me. There's also a number attached. Feel free to leave a message, but the quickest way is inboxing or emailing, because the phone line, with me being so busy, sometimes I don't even check those messages because I got it where, because I can't let all the phone rings at the same time. But emails I check 2 or 3 times a day. It comes to my phone as a text message. It alerts me. So email or inbox me. And yeah, we want any donations, sponsors, volunteers, volunteer services, whatever. We just want to we want to link with anybody. If you want to be a vendor, there is also vendor information. If you check my page, I will repost it again today. I don't know how to pin it, but somebody gonna teach
Thank
me how
you.
to pin it. But
I'll tell you when we get off. I'll
so
tell you when we get
there's a
off.
vendor information. If you want to be a vendor, you can also just send a simple email. Hey, Rell, I like the vendor. This is what I have. And we can go from there. I will start collecting vendor fees at the end of this month. I wanted everybody to get past Mother's Day and things of that nature, but we will start collecting vendor fees at the end of this month. When I collect it, you will get a receipt. You will be locked in. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Whatever you make that day, we do not want we don't want anything in your proceeds. No portion of it. That is all your money. That is all your profit. So I know people have said, do we have to give anything? No, $25 for your table. Nonprofit, there is no fee. Resource tables, there are no fee. Advertisement, there is no fee. If you are for profit, there's a $25 fee only. So thank y'all.
Okay. Thank you, Rell. Thank you. I appreciate this.
You're
This has
welcome.
been fabulous. Now, the only thing is, if for whatever reason your on your end is glitching, I'm hoping that it doesn't glitch on the final release. If so, they'll see it on YouTube and Spotify. But the audio was phenomenal. So
Good.
Amazon, iHeart, Pandora,
That's good.
and Spotify, it'll be good. It's just a little glitch on the other side. I want to say thank you again. This was so overdue, and I'll have you back because you always busy.
Yeah, because I got a home coming up. I'm about to open a home. So
I know. That's why I definitely got to have you come back because the story behind that is deep. When you was
yeah,
messaging me that, I was like, wow,
yeah.
oh wow, going around the red tape. But I want to close it out. Anything you want to say before I close it out?
I just want to just say thank you for having me on. Thank you for supporting me.
My pleasure.
Shout out to Dick in Conversation. Please check out her show. Shout out to all the people in the community who has supported us. Shout out to my partners and my team and my 989 committee. Shout out to Yacht Life. Shout out to Coach Marshall, Terry Reed, the daughter and the son.
Yeah.
I mean, the daughter and the dad. I'm sorry. Shout out to, did I say Coach Marshall?
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Jay
You
Jack,
did.
and all those who just kind of support me and inbox me and just be a motivation. Shout out to Shay Parker. Much love to her.
Yeah.
Latanya Holmes, our other sister. And
Yeah.
anybody else.
All the women of yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
charge it to my head, not my
Yeah.
heart. But I just want to once
Yeah.
again thank the city of
Yeah.
Saginaw and the community. Thanks to City Council for even entertaining it, for even responding to me, for giving me the opportunity to come in and speak. If no one caught my post, May 18th, I will be in front of City Council with all the signatures and presenting this to them to have 989 Day proclamated. So look for the results on that. May 18th, I
Yeah.
will be in Saginaw in front of City Council with this on their desk.
Yeah. Thank you, Real. Once again, thank you, Kevin Marshall, because of Kevin Marshall, who
Yeah.
did the Women of Purpose podcast. I've met this sister. So thank you to you and Shay and Kat and Tanya and I feel like I'm missing. Who am I missing? Am I missing? Oh, it's me. It's the other person.
Yeah, it was
Kevin.
you. I like to
So
thank
thank
me.
you. I was like, who's the other person? I'm like, who am I missing? So once again, thank you. This has been the Dick and Conversation podcast. I'm Elissa. Once again, you can always find me on Amazon, iHeart, Pandora, Spotify, and YouTube. You can reach me on my socials at Dick and Conversation Podcast page on Facebook, my Dick and Conversation channel on YouTube, my Dick and Conversation podcast on TikTok. And you can reach out to me as my I'm sorry. My email is dickandconvo@gmail.com. My blue sky is dickandconvo.bsky.social. And my Instagram is Dick and Conversation _ podcast. Oh boy, this has been right so shit. Almost cussed. This been such a good show. Thank you, Rick.
No
And I'll
problem.
see you next time.